switch first over to a live screen and let that come through first. Let's talk about Touchpoint, that onboarding experience. I'll log in as, let's say I'll log in as Gardner Rains here. And you can see that his login to Connections is intercepted. This is an optional configuration, but the idea here is that let's take newly provisioned users and route them through the Touchpoint experience to help them build their profile, build up their social network, and follow important people and places in the platform. You may need to configure certain social conduct guidelines, asking people to promise to be good citizens and attest to their acting appropriately. And if they accept those policies and guidelines, we can take them through the first page of the wizard. So the first step here shows a stripped-down version of the Connections profile, presenting just key information and attributes from the profile. You can see that some of the elements are non-editable, while some are editable, and we can provide the latest mobile number or whatever from Gardner here. So what we're looking to do in here is complete the elements to fill out his social profile and make sure that we've captured those informative elements as well as maybe some expertise that Gardner has. A simple back and next navigational structure takes them through these wizard pages. On this next page, we see that the system has recommended a certain skill tag for Gardner. He may come up with additional tags that he wants to add to his profile. And the idea here is to build that information onto his profile and use it in the next screen to recommend people in the organization that he should invite to his network. So we'll see that based on the options presented here, he decides that Heather and Jasmine and Leo are probably folks he should connect with, and you can see that we're building up his social network with those people. In addition to defining social relationships with folks in the organization, Touchpoint provides further direction on people that are important to the organization. We call this promotions. So you can see here that the system has recommended that Gardner follow folks like Samantha and Frank in the organization. And that continues to build up his list of followers. Now this is really important because this is recommendations that wouldn't normally happen for Gardner yet. He's new to the system. He hasn't contributed to Connections yet. He hasn't built that social network yet. So the common recommendation engine that we'd see within Connections, identifying people that he should connect with, this is all primed by the Touchpoint process. We can recommend both the people here and the places on this next screen that Gardner should be interacting with. So by the time he's gone through this Touchpoint process then and is submitted and taken in then to the Connections environment, we find that we've solved the blanks, the white space problem, right? He's already following people, he's seeing what's happening in their activity streams, and he's getting then good recommendations for people and places to further engage with in Connections. So, IBM Connections Touchpoint, guided user onboarding, which is also then an extensible framework if we need to define additional interactive engagement patterns with people. Let's say that every year we need people to attest to those social conduct guidelines. We could have a Touchpoint interception that on that anniversary date popped up those policies and procedures again and had people attest to them and then go on their way and interact with Connections. So anytime we need an engaging user experience to drive the actions within IBM Connections, that's Touchpoint.